Nice, 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 nice. Do you play on band?
Pardon?
On band.
Pardon?
Do you play in a band?
I don't know what that is.
I mean, if you play with how do you call that? With other musical persons. Or you do only you do this only for fun?
I do exams sometimes. Yeah, it's largely for fun. Because I get to do stuff like this.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to eat something. I will be, I think, in 20 minutes back.
Okay.
Yeah? See
Yep.
you then. Bye.
Bye.
Jezus. Hè? Zal ik met die auto mee op de weg? Kan niet. Ze staan met die auto vanaf nog midden op de weg.
Hi, welcome back to Nintendo ThreeHouse Live. I'm Dan. I'm here with Roxanne, Ayaka, and Tanabe-san and Ikebata-san. We are going to look at Luigi's Mansion 3. We're going to see a few things from the show floor demo to show the basics, and then we're going to go into some live gameplay from the full game. So, Roxanne, why don't you take us away?
Thanks, Dan. I'm going to start off with the show floor demo. This is available to folks attending E3 Nintendo 2019. Some basic moves Luigi has up his sleeve. The straw ball, which stuns ghosts and makes them vulnerable to attacks. You can also charge the straw ball up to hit a wider area. And one of the new moves we showed, actually, other basic functions of the Poltergust, G00, the ability to vacuum in air and of course blow out air as well. And one of the new moves we showed in the presentation is Burst, which shoots air below Luigi, and this is great for repelling enemies when they are surrounding Luigi.
It also makes all the
This game looks crazy.
fly all over the place.
Right.
Wow.
We start off with a cutscene that sort of introduces this particular floor and the unique floor boss that sort of inhabits this floor. And this is sort of an introduction to the fact that Luigi has to traverse up and down this haunted hotel. He has to defeat ghosts that possess this elevator knob in order to advance floors.
Tanabe-san and Ikebata-san, what was the inspiration behind the hotel setting and behind the elevator knob?
ですね、まず3作目ということがあって、舞台をこれまでとは変えたいということがあったんですよね。それで、エレベーター、そのフロアを、全部クリアするとボスを倒すとエレベーターのボタンが手に入る。でその手に入ったボタンで次の階に行くってそういう構造になっています。
So we wanted to move away from the mansion setting for this rendition of the game, and we also made it so that the player needs to collect the elevator buttons in order to progress in the game.
でそのホテルの階層構造にすることでそのフロアごとに全然違う、環境を作ることができるんでそれでホテルっていうのを選択しました。
And additionally, we wanted to make it so that each floor, as you progress through the hotel, features a dramatically different theme, and that's kind of why we chose the hotel setting.
Yeah, this is a crazy hotel. It's got medieval settings, and we'll see some other settings soon.
Alright, I'm starting off a little bit of gameplay of battle. We're using Luigi's new move, Slam. So when he vacuums in ghosts, he can fill up this meter, the A button indicator, and when I press A, it allows Luigi to slam ghosts. And this is great when you're surrounded by other ghosts. You can slam ghosts into other ghosts, and that allows you to control the area a little bit better since you can deal damage to a wide group of enemies. This is a great room to introduce Guigi, who I can summon by... One second. Who I can summon by clicking on the right control stick. Guigi is sort of Luigi's all-green doppelganger. He has access to all of Luigi's moves with the Poltergust. But he has a few special abilities on his own. Would Mr. Ikebata or Mr. Tanabe like to elaborate on sort of Guigi, how he came to be in this game? He was present in the 3DS version of Luigi's Mansion, but
そうですね、3DS バージョンにも登場したグイージなんですけれども、今作にもグイージを入れることになった背景について教えていただけますか？
そうですね、グイージはもともと今作用に最初考えたキャラクターではあるんです。
So Guigi was actually a character that we had created in order to add to this game specifically.
はい、スイッチのハードウェアを初めて見たときにこのお裾分けプレイっていうのを活かしたいなと思ったのがきっかけですね。
So when I first saw the Nintendo Switch system and I saw that you could split the two Joy-Con controllers and give it to someone to play together, that's when we decided that we would like to incorporate a two-player mode.
で、ネクストレベルゲーム社に対して今回ルイージの分身を登場させたいっていう話をしたときにその NLG がしっかり考えてくれてグイージっていうキャラクターが生まれました。
So when we went up to Next Level Games and told them that we were looking into letting the players use two players, Next Level Games had already thought of a character called Guigi.
He seems very useful.
yes, as Ikebata-san mentioned, you can play story mode with two players. Right now I'm playing a single player, so I have to switch between Luigi and Guigi. I can control one at a time, but if you're playing two-player co-op, of course you can control both characters at the same time. In this room, I want to show off another one of Luigi's new moves. This is the suction shot. He can shoot out a suction cup, and if he vacuums one end, he can then use this move to disarm enemies. This also works on the environment as well. So I just opened the barrel door using the suction cup.
I mean, the ghost has a shield that blocks the strobe bulb from stunning him, so you want to take that away from him.
Right, so some ghosts are a little bit better prepared to deal with Luigi. So I should attack here. I love the animation of the ghost just like climbing back up.
Oh yeah.
And of course, you can cause damage by continuously backing up ghosts as well. But Sam is much more satisfying.
Yes.
Oops. Uh-oh, he got away. There
He did a little taunt before he ran away too, didn't he? Oh, you cleared the room.
Yeah.
Nice.
上手ですよね。
You're really good at this game, Roxanne.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm very nervous since Mr. Ikebata and Mr. Tanabe are here, so I'm concentrating on the gameplay.
Perfect.
So we did get to see a little bit of this castle-inspired floor. We're actually going to switch gears a little bit and jump to a different floor a little bit later in the game. So give us a sec to switch over to a different monitor. And here we're going to be able to see that each of the floors of this hotel are themed very differently. So the puzzles, the enemies you might encounter, they're all very different. And that's sort of the fun of, advancing to the next floor. You never know what's waiting for you.
Mm-hmm. What was the inspiration for some of the different floors and the idea behind that?
そうですね、各フロアごとに、雰囲気やテーマ またその各階にあるパズルや仕掛けもだいぶ異なるわけなんですけれども、その点についてどのようなインスピレーションがあったか教えていただけますか。
そうですね、最初はね、なんかハリウッドのホテルみたいなそのジェットコースターがあるようなとこを作ろうとかってやってたんですけど、ちょっとそれだけだと変化に乏しいなと思いまして。
Yeah, so initially we were considering a hotel that might exist in maybe Hollywood or something that has like a roller coaster inside of it. But as we were playing it, we were thinking, maybe that would be kind of too repetitive.
だからさっきのとこはお城でしたよね。
So as you saw, the previous one was the castle,
でここは映画撮影してるスタジオなんですよ。
and now it's a production studio.
Even though it's haunted, it looks like it'd be a fun hotel to stay in.
楽しそうなホテルですね。呪われてはいます。
まあ、あんまホテルらしくないかもしれない。
It's not very hotel-like, actually.
だいたいホテルにこんなにお金落ちてないもんね。
Well, first you don't see like that much money just lying around in the
Yeah,
hotel.
that's true. That was the other thing that was appealing to me too. Is that there's gold bars everywhere.
素晴らしいと思います。
Oh my gosh, I love that the tracking has just like a bunch of popcorn and money inside.
Yep. It's just everywhere.
Alright, showing a little bit more of Luigi's ability to slip through tight spaces here. I was able to get through this fence, which Luigi's not able to do. There's also this little area I would love to show whenever I run through this floor.
There's a hole in the wall, so Luigi just goes right in.
あ、またお金が出ました。
More money.
あ、奥の扉の方にも行ってもらえますか。
Please head towards the door back there.
鍵かかってますね。
It's locked.
Looks like we need to get a key somewhere on this earlier part of the floor. This
さ
looks like a
さっき
good...
ちょっと見てたんですよね。はい
Oh, I watched this earlier. Saw the key back there.
ああ、なんでしょうこれは。
Oh, what's this?
Seems dangerous. I guess.
This game is fire.
Uh-oh.
Wow, so crazy.
Smells.
そう、これテレビを通じてモニターからモニターにワープするっていう仕掛けなんです。
So you're able to warp between the two TV screens.
でこのステージはこの仕組みを利用して解くパズルっていうのが仕込まれています。
So this stage heavily features this warping through the TV mechanic.
Oh. Let's get it on the center. There we
ちょ
go.
っとついてるんですけど
Gotta line it up. You got the key.
I love how Luigi just instantly goes back to looking super scared.
He's excited for 1 second, and then he goes back to terrified.
Alright, let's see if that key was a match for this set of doors.
Yeah.
あ、開きました。
There's it goes.
Yeah, we see a
What's
door
he
in
watching?
the center of this area here.
The ghost has a monologue.
嘆いてますけど。
Really sad.
Yeah.
There's that elevator button Luigi needs to get somehow in order to progress. Of course, if you could get it this easily, looks like we need to put in a little bit more work.
There's a bright red megaphone. He's really obsessed with that.
まあ映画監督にとってメガホンは命ですからね。
Yeah, if you're a movie director, megaphone's your life, basically.
That's your power over the
Yes.
actors. Those cutscenes are so expressive. How do you work with Next Level Games on creating those?
かなりキャラクターの感情表現がかなり豊かなんですけれども、こういった点についてネクストレベルゲームさんとどのように作っていかれたんでしょうか。
はい、そうですね、前作のダークブーの時からそうなんですけど、NLG の皆さんはそのルイージとかお化けの感情を面白おかしくアニメーションするのがすごく上手なんですよね。
So I worked with NLG on Dark Moon, the previous title in the series, and they're just so amazing at doing those facial expressions of the characters.
で、今回も最初にそのお化けの性格付けっていうのは相談して決めたんですけど、その後のアニメーションに関しては基本的には NLG の皆さんが作ってきたものを確認するっていう形で進めてきました。
So we at Nintendo would provide a kind of a brief description of each of the characters, and then we give that to NLG, and then they come back and create something amazing for us to check, and we review those.
That's really great.
あ、ここにもテレビありましたね、モニターが。
There's a TV
Oh,
here
there's another
too.
TV.
さてここのセットでねどういうことを見せてもらえるのか。
It looks like, yeah, the TV that we encountered in the first set of doors is connected to the 4 TV sets here. So the core puzzle mechanic of this particular floor involves teleporting between TV sets. And there is a puzzle that you have to traverse between sets, and they're all connected, but of course we don't want to show the solution here.
That's right.
We do want to show off sort of the rich environment, the different aspects that make up this floor. Just one hint, in the full game, if you're ever stuck on any particular puzzle, you can access the main menu, and Professor EGAT has a hotline that you can call, and he gives you hints if you ever find yourself stuck.
This looks very familiar. That it must be inspired by the Virtual Boy. Where did the idea come up for this?
今の UI がかなりバーチャルボーイを元にしているように見えるんですけれども、このあたりのインスピレーションや背景について少し教えてください。
そうですね、このルイージマンションシリーズって毎回その任天堂のハードウェアを模したツールっていうのが毎回登場してるんで、今回もなんか出そうっていう話にはなりました。
So in the previous titles in the series, we've always kind of featured a slightly old Nintendo device, and so we wanted to include that in this one as well.
ここはしいね。まあいいわ。続けて。
There's a ghost in there.
はい。
Yeah, and it's called the Virtual Boo, which I think is hilarious.
そうなんですよ。NED から今回はバーチャルブーだって言われた時に、その名前がスタッフ一同みんな気に入ったんで、もうそれでこれでいこうって決まりましたね。
When we heard the suggestion, Virtual Boo from NLG, we just really liked it, so we stuck with that.
It's great. Yeah, I know how hard it is to name things, and that one is just a normal, natural, perfect name.
ここのセットはどうなんですかね。
Kind of set as this one.
Right, as Luigi looks into the camera, the set really comes to life, and Luigi sort of becomes the protagonist on all these different mini movies that all these sets represent. Looks like the castle's under attack.
The little recording lights going off at the top, man. Luigi doesn't really seem to be.
He's not very,
excited.
he's not phased by
He's
too
not
many
fazed
things,
by the
which is a great contrast
arrows.
with Luigi, who is
Fire.
constantly scared. Aww.
これ全部で4つこういうセットがあるんです
So the
よ。
camera makes
Four
the
total sets
set
here.
come to life for Luigi, basically.
All right, looks like we have a city setting for this particular set. Uh-oh.
火事です火事です。
There's a huge fire here.
That's not good for Luigi. He doesn't like fire.
Looks like some fighter fighters are coming to save us.
It's a disaster movie.
Uh-oh. That doesn't look good.
Now they're actually helping.
So these set of ghosts have a helmet and sunglasses on, so the strobe bulb doesn't quite work on them directly. One way I like to combat that is to use burst to disarm them first. Uh-oh.
これでやっつけたら消火活動の邪魔になるんですけどね。
We're totally getting in the way of them doing their job.
Yeah.
But it's just too fun.
Yeah.
So it seems like Luigi has a lot
Uh-oh.
of new moves with the slam and the suction shot. What were some of the inspiration behind those creations?
今作では、サクション、9番ショットやスラム、バーストなど新しいアクションがかなり増えているようなんですけれども、このあたりのインスピレーションや背景について教えていただけますか。
そうですね。LG の人たちといつも話をするんですけど、やっぱり新しいゲームには新しい要素、新しいアクションを入れたいなっていうことをいつも最初に話するんで。
So I always mention this to NLG when we start working on a new game. When we're creating a new game, we always want to include some sort of new element
で
in the
実
game.
はこれってもう Wii U の頃から実は実験をずっと続けてて、でその時に彼らが作ってくれたのがこれだったんです。
So these moves actually were something that we came up with when we were working on the Wii U version, and and it's something that NLG came up with.
でプロトタイプでこのスラムとねバースト触った時にすごい気持ちよかったよな。
めっちゃ気持ちよかったですよね。
So when they made a prototype and let us use slam and burst, it just was so satisfying when you played it.
どうですか気持ちよくないですか？
What do you guys think?
Oh
I
yeah,
feel
it's
so
great.
powerful with the slam move. This is my favorite.
Yeah.
かなり最高です。
だからもうこれ見た時にもう半分ゲームできたなーってね。
はいそうですね。
思いました。
So when we saw this, we were like, well, the game's pretty much done. Then
Yeah, it really helps me. I'm not as good a player as Roxanne, so to be able to slam the ghost and hit the other ones and do damage, I think is really helpful too.
So we're looking at our final set here. Hold on, I'm just distracted by money. Make sure I get these first. We see a few spiders in this area and a lot of cobwebs sort of decorating this part of the set. And I love that attention to detail. You know, you run into spiders and there's a bunch
Yeah,
of
there's
cobwebs.
pizza boxes and other kind of debris that you can interact with. I mean,
お、メガホンがありますよ。
oh,
see the megaphone up
you
there?
found it.
Yeah.
Of
There's so
course,
many
it's in the
things.
last set that we visit.
Yeah. There's so many things you can interact with in the game, though. I mean, are there any favorites that you had as you were developing the game?
そうですね。今回いろんなものが画面上に散らばっているわけなんですけれども、特にゲームの中で気に入られている点などありましたら教えていただけますか？
ああ、そうですね。
Luigi's just like, okay, this is fine.
Sure.
ちょっとこっちに見てましたね。そうですね。結構いろんなもの本当に散らばってるので、そのバーストで一気にこうバンって吹っ飛ばすと一気に綺麗になるんで、それがすごい気持ちいいですね。
So as you can see, there's always a lot of little things scattered around Luigi at all times, and so by using burst in the middle of all those things, it just scatters everything, and it's so satisfying, and I love that.
Yeah. But also, I'm compelled to clean up the mess. I wish I had a poltergeist of my own to do that at home.
Yes, I will voluntarily clean my room if I have the
掃除
poltergeist.
が趣味になってしまう。
I'd actually make Luigi do it.
Luigi に
Oh, smart. Alrighty, so we took a look at all the different sets in this environment. Again, we don't want to show the solution, so we are going to switch gears once again and jump to a little bit later part of this floor so we can show you some exciting boss fights. Alrighty, so we're going to hand over the red megaphone to Morty here. Luigi's a super nice guy.
Yeah. He's still a little nervous about it, though. He doesn't know if he can trust the ghost.
ハッピーになりましたね。
He seems very happy. Oh.
でもメガホン。
When I first saw this, I thought he was going to be mad that Luigi had stolen his megaphone. I was like, no, don't hurt me. I'm giving it back. Oh.
Luigi で映画を撮ることにしたみたいですね。
So it looks like they're gonna film something featuring Luigi.
Yeah, he's going to be a movie star.
うん。
He definitely has the acting chops. I think we've seen that. Oh.
アクション。
We're starting to get a sense of what kind of
Yeah.
movie this is. Uh-oh.
As soon as that first footstep goes boom, like, okay. Oh, nice.
ああ出た。
I think someone is a fan of kaiju movies.
そう。僕パシフィックリムとか大好きでした。
Huge fan of Pacific Rim.
Yeah, those kind of giant monsters.
I love that tail end of the ghost just sticking out of the
Yeah.
huge suit. Oh dear. Alright, so whenever I encounter a new enemy, I try using all different moves that Luigi does. It looks like suction shot and burst. None of them quite work.
It just made him mad.
Ooh. So the gust of air the boss is using to push this fireball towards me. That's a bit of a hint to the player as to how to counter this boss. I'm using the poltergust to use air to blow it a little bit back. Looks like that was the right strategy. Thank
Yeah,
you, Morty.
Morty's happy. Morty's happy with that first part of the scene.
Oh, that does not look
So he's breathing fire, and there's water all around the island. It seems like this might be a dangerous place for Luigi.
Yes, both of water and fire, water and fire, yes, are weaknesses of Luigi. So this is not a great spot. But it looks like this fireball's a little bit bigger, and Luigi doesn't have enough strength on his own. So I'm going to borrow someone's help. Alright, slowly. Oh my gosh, the car's just blocking traffic right now. Alright.
Nicely done.
やっぱり上手ですね。
You're making
Good at this game, Roxanne.
Not at all. My palms are spreading. You just can't see. Alright. It must be, yes.
Luigi.
Luigi's not great with fire.
He'll be okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Not much of the city is standing.
I love how even Luigi destroys the terrain as he walks over the trees.
He does. I love, yeah, the
And
trains
the cars.
just tremble before Luigi's feet. Uh-oh.
Up there, oh no,
You got this, Roxanne.
this is your big scene.
I'm glad the camera's not on me because I look really ugly mashing intensely right now.
Oh, you did it.
Yay.
つけました。
It's a little embarrassing. Oh yeah, wait, don't congratulate yourself yet.
Not just yet. You try to get a sucker punch in right there.
There, see, use its megaphone for that.
でもいいのが撮れたみたいですね。
Looks like it was a great take.
すごい満足げですから。
Looks really satisfied.
No, they're just great cutscene. Such a great character.
Yeah, you think when you encounter the boss ghost of that floor, you think you have to defeat
Yeah.
them. But Morty's a little bit unique.
Made a different trade with you.
Right, he gives you the elevator knob as thanks for starring in his film.
そうです。まあ本当はボスを倒してエレベーターボタンって手に入れないといけないんですけど、このボスだけちょっと特別で撮影に協力したおかげでボタンがもらいました。
As you mentioned, yeah, most of the floor bosses, in fact all of them, require you to defeat them in order to obtain the elevator button from them. But with Morty, it's kind of different. He just gives it to you as a present for helping him out.
Yeah, there's so many unexpected things in this game. I can't wait to explore it more myself.
Yeah, and all the ghosts have so much personality too. So it's just wonderful getting to the next floor, discovering what awaits you.
Yeah.
It's a very different experience.
And the new abilities of Luigi and Luigi and the different ways you can use them, I think is really fun. Do you have any other?
ちなみに今の撮影した映画ですけど、このゲームの中で見ることができますから探してみてください。
So by the way, that movie you just filmed with Morty is something that you can actually watch in the game somewhere. So I hope you look out for that when you're playing the game.
Was it a good movie? Did I do okay during that boss fight?
Mine will be bad. The whole city will be destroyed.
All right, so we took a look at some of Luigi's new moves: slam, suction, shot, burst, and Luigi's role in the game. Any other lasting comments for our viewers?
そうですね。まあ今おっしゃっていただいたやっぱりそのスラムとバーストの部分っていうのがやっぱ新しいアクションだし手応えもすごくいいものなんで、まあそれをこういかに駆使してたくさんのお化けを効率的に倒すかっていうこれが上手になってくるとすごくうまくできるのでそこをまあ一つ楽しんでほしいですね。
So as you mentioned, the new moves such as slam and burst, as you improve your skills and get better at defeating multiple ghosts at the same time, it gets more and more satisfying. So I hope that you're able to utilize that when you're playing the game.
まあ彼女できていたけども。
Well, you're actually doing it perfectly, but yeah.
That was a great demonstration.
そうですね。その爽快なアクションに加えて、今回そのルイージというキャラが増えてるんですね。
So in addition to the actions, as you also mentioned, there's a new character, Luigi.
で、ルイージマンションシリーズってアドベンチャーゲームなんで、その頭を使って考えて先に進んでいくっていうパズルがいっぱい入ってるんですけど、今回そのルイージっていうキャラクターが入ったことで、そのルイージとルイージの違いを生かしたパズルっていうのがたくさん入ってます。
So since this is an action game, or action adventure game, there's a lot of parts and puzzles and traps and things that can only be solved by using both Luigi and Guigi.
なので、皆さんにはこのちょっとひねりが加わったパズルで、楽しみながら悩んでいただきたいなと思っています。
Yeah, so because there are so many puzzles with a twist, I hope that everyone can feel aptly challenged and enjoy playing this game.
Great. Well, thank you for all the insights, and thank you for coming on ThreeHouse Live. We're all looking forward to playing the game more. And I think next we're going to go see some Astral Chain live gameplay, so stay tuned.
Well, that Luigi game looks really cool, man. Nintendo have really a lot of great games coming this year. Seriously, wow, Luigi, crazy. This game is crazy. So Next Level Game is the one who developed the game, and the game is was developed in the Wii U already. In the Wii U area, the game was developed. So that means 3-4 years. Wow, this game is looking crazy, man. It's going to be an epic journey. Luigi mentioned 3. So now it's Astral Chain, and I like this game. Astral Chain is it's going to be an epic game too. Too many great games coming on Nintendo Switch. So yeah, man. Okay, I'm waiting for the.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live 2019. My name is Roxanne and I'm joined by my colleague Demetrius, Sam, Mr. Tara from Platinum Games, who is the director on the brand new action game on Nintendo Switch, Astral Chain, and Ryan, who will be interpreting for him. Would Mr. Tara like to open with any opening remarks?
まず最初になんかお言葉とか。
はい、プラチナゲームズの田浦隆久と申します。今日はアストラルチェインをですね、初めてプレイ動画をプレイを公開させていただくので、ぜひ皆さんお楽しみにしてください。
So I'm Taura-san from Platinum Games, and today is going to be the first time that we're going to be showing off play footage from the game. So please, everybody at home, we'd like you to enjoy.
Okay, let's go.
Good. So I get to jump into
I'm ready.
All right. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we got a special treat. We're going to show kind of the beginning of the game for you guys. So what you see here is kind of a character sheet. You can select between a male or female, but it's kind of note that these are actual sisters rather than sisters. I'm going to today go ahead and select the male character here, and I'm going to go through and customize this character real quick. Let me put my name in there. Let me do name. That's right, I gotta make this important.
Yeah, while Demetrius is naming his character and customizing his look, I did see a police logo in that background there. Could Mr. Tara sort of elaborate on the game setting, the story, and the characters we'll be encountering?
後ろに警察のロゴが映ってますけれども、ゲーム全体の世界観についてお話しいただけますでしょうか。
そうですね。地球を舞台にした近未来の世界なんですけれども、異世界からのですね侵略を受けていまして、もうほとんどの大陸が汚染されてしまっている状態で、人類はですねアークという人工島に逃げ延びているんですけども、そこにもついに魔の手が迫ってきて、今まさに事件が勃発しているっていうところからゲームがスタートします。
So the game starts. The game is set essentially in the near future on Earth, and all the land of the Earth is under attack from another dimension, where it's being polluted by this mysterious matter, and there's essentially an attack from the other world, and that's how the game starts. The game is also set on a place called Ark as well.
実際ゲームの本編はこのキャラクター選択の前にもちゃんとシナリオが入ってたりするので、そこも楽しみにしていただきたいなと思います。
Actually, the game also has a part that you can play as well that happens before this, so we'd like you to look forward to that as well.
And I want to highlight this rad transition.
Oh, we love this.
It's so good.
Here we go. So we're in File 1 Startup. So the file is actually kind of like a chapter for those who are wondering. And right off, you're going to see it right at the bat. We're actually kind of more in a motorcycle chase. I'm on a hot pursuit. So we're going to see a lot of different styles of gameplay in this game. It's really, really, really great.
Yeah, jumping right into the action, wasting no time whatsoever.
Okay. So we're going to start taking down these enemies. And then Sam, why don't you just kind of describe what
Yeah, actually, while we have Taro-san here, I was wondering if he might want to talk a little bit about this sequence and about some of the enemies that we're encountering here.
今タウラさんに目に見えているシーケンスについてお話しいただけますでしょうか。
ここがまさに今事件が発生した場所に主人公が向かっている最中のところになってまして。で攻撃ボタンだったり移動の操作だったりとかっていうのをこうシューティングゲーム風に学ばせてくれるような演出になってます。
So this actually is taking place just as the player is heading for the place where an incident has taken place. And to make the controls easier to understand for the player, they're set up kind of like a shooting game.
アクションゲームとしていきなりシューティングゲーム始まっちゃうんでちょっと驚かれると思うんですけども、ここでいろんな会話とかも展開して世界観を最初に分かりやすくなってるんじゃないかなと思います。
And it may be a bit surprising to start an action game like this with a shooting sequence. However, it allows for a lot of exposition to happen concerning the story. As you can see, the people are talking.
I almost thought I was going to get hit by that. I'm glad I still dodged it. All right, so we're almost there. I'm making our way. Whoa!
And about what Taro-san was talking about starting the game with the shooting sequence, I think that just kind of highlights a lot of the gameplay variety that we're going to see in this game.
Oh, I don't want to get hit there. Come on, get him. There we go.
Nice.
And we can see Akira is talking to the main character currently. Akira is the name of the younger twin sibling, so the gender you did not pick becomes a very central character in the story.
That's right.
And then right now you notice that I actually using what's called an X-Baton. It's a weapon that's actually going to transform into many different styles that I can use. It's going to go back in my little holster there.
Yeah.
Okay, so file 1, Hot Pursuit. There we go, and S.
All right.
So one thing to note too is that this game has different play styles. Right now I'm set to standard play style, so you'll see that I got an S rank based on time. I'm a defensive driver, and I got run and gun. And I got some bonus medicine that I can use to heal. So what we're going to do now is we just wanted to show you kind of the intro. I was really happy to show this off. So what we're going to do is actually jump to a little bit more in the future of this game, a little bit like play it up a little bit later. So I'm going to actually cut to something different. Okay, let me grab this other controller here. All right, let that play. Okay, now once I see that switched over, I'll be ready to start. There we go. So now you can see that I'm actually in the Neuron Police headquarters, I guess you would say, right? Right here, I'm still the same character design. So what I'm going to do now is I want to kind of get to show you guys the basic action. This game has a lot of depth to it. So what we're going to try to do is just kind of break this down for you guys a little bit at a time, because there's so much to it, and it's super, super great.
Yeah, and to elaborate on what Neuron is specifically, Neuron is a special police task force whose members are equipped with legions. These are sentient weapons. We've shown a little bit in the trailers, but you do need legions to be able to defend against chimeras, who are the interdimensional invaders that are sort of threatening Earth.
So just to kind of break it down real quick, if I tap ZL here, you'll see that I bring up my legion. My legion is actually going to attack on its own, but if I hold down ZL, I can actually move it around with the right control stick. So it's going to allow me to have a greater finesse. Now you'll notice that there's a little energy bar down there. As that dissipates, it's the amount of time I have for my Legion to be out. So when my Legion is attacking, I can actually tap the ZR button and get into my own form of attacks. Now this is just kind of the basics. So what I'm going to do here is go into some training with Jin. It's kind of like my first real assignment after I got my Legion. I'm just going to kind of bash through this. I'm just going to explain. Jim wants me to train. He's going to give what's called a Legatus unit. It's kind of what you see right there, house in the back. Everyone that has a Legion needs to have this unit strapped to the back. It's like a casing, I guess you would say. It's also going to grant me use to the iris. That's why you see my character's eyes light up.
Great. Looks like it fits.
All right, it does fit. So I'm now going to go back. Go back.
That's your Legatus.
Okay, Legatus Cradle. Legatus Cradle, excuse me. I'm going to skip to this. Now I need to go train over here, so I'm going to press close this out. And kind of just start with this iris right here.
Yeah, and a little bit more about the iris. The iris is like an augmented reality layer on top of the environment that will highlight special items, and it has other uses that we'll see a little bit later.
So what I'm going to do now is hop into a training program real quick, just to kind of show you guys some basic action. I'm going to fight some chimeras, the humanoid form. And why don't we ask Tara-san about kind of just the creation of legions.
今レギオンの話が出てきましたけれども、そのレギオンについてお話しいただけますか。どのように発想。
まずそもそも2体で戦いたいというところからこのゲームの発想はスタートしてるんですけども、単純に、敵に圧倒的な力がありまして、その敵を捉えて、その敵の力を使って戦うっていうような設定になってます。
So from the beginning, we wanted to create a game where you controlled two different characters at the same time, but the enemies have this like very extreme power, and so yeah, we wanted to elaborate on something where you captured an enemy and made use of it.
なのでレギオンと、その敵がキメラっていうんですけれども、すごく似た形状のものとかも敵として出てきたりします。
And the enemies, they're known as chimeras, but among the legions, there are legions that will show up that look a lot like the chimeras that you'll face.
So taking a look at some of the stuff that Dimitris is getting into here, you can see he's using that feature where you can control your Legion to wrap them up and bind them. And that'll hold them for a few moments where you can get in some good attacks, just like this.
And I could switch freely back and forth between what's a small baton and what's also going to be called the blaster. All right, I'll just keep playing this. I got to stop. Oops, I don't want to pull the iris. By that, let me stop real quick. Training menu. All right, we want to quit training.
Enough of this program?
Yes, I have it enough. That's enough for now.
That'll do for today.
And again, that's just the basics. There's going to be a lot more options that we'll show later on. I think it's so much fun.
今やってもらってたトレーニングとかはこの警察署でいつでもできるようになっているので操作が難しいなと思う方はいろんなトレーニング用意しているのでぜひここで練習してもらいたいなと思います。
So the training that you just saw is one of many that are actually available to use at the police station. So for anyone who feels that they haven't gotten used to the controls yet or they want to practice more, there are lots of those specifically for those types of people. So we'd like them to make use of it.
他にもなんか服を着替えたりとかショップを利用したりとかいろんなことがこの拠点の中にはあるのでそのあたりも楽しめるんじゃないかなと思います。
Besides that, there's also places where you can change your clothes and buy goods as well. So we'd like people to check out those stores and they'll have those other features and they'll have a good time, I think.
I think so. I gotta say, us all at the office have been kind of gushing over this game. Especially us, the action fans. We really, really love this game. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go and kind of go out on our first real mission using Legion. So I'm gonna go up to this heliport here, meet Max. I'm gonna skip this first little cutscene, then I'll let the rest play so you guys can get a sense of the game world. So I'm gonna skip this one.
And the police headquarters is really cool. Like Taro-san was saying, there are areas of the police headquarters where you can do
Is
training,
the game
but you
open
can
world
also
or
go to customize
I
your
don't think it's open
character,
world.
And to purchase other goods and those sorts of things. So it's like an
Sometimes
open
it
environment,
looks
and the music in there is rad.
like open world.
Yeah. Great, great music. All right, so this is going to be another cutscene coming up here. So I'll just let this play out.
We're getting a look at the city environment here.
Very futuristic.
So maybe it's open world,
今回発生した事件を
but also
解決するためにやってきた場所でさっきトレーニ
I
ング
don't
であった
understand whether this
アイリス
open world or not. A kind of open world
3D
game.
ホログラムを見る機能を使って最初操作を開始します。
So this is the first time that you're going to be able to use what is called the iris, which you guys mentioned before, to be able to solve an incident that occurred before you arrived.
そういった3D ホログラムの表現とかSF っぽい部分っていうのがこの
This game looks cool, man.
特徴的なグラフィックになってます。
And I think that these kinds of like science fiction type elements are very exclusive to Astral Chain.
Sounds good to me.
Nothing to go on right now except that our perp is probably a Chimera.
Okay.
If it is, we need to know as much as we can before we engage.
All right.
Time to look for clues.
So we're going to look for clues, starting with right here. You're to see right there is a little bit of red matter. We're going to actually use our iris to start kind of using all this investigation sequences. All right.
First, let's see if the security camera's caught anything useful.
Okay. We're going to use this. So going to go and
Game
use
looks
my iris.
cool, man.
Yeah, so what you're seeing is a holographic playback of what the security cameras captured, what happened before your arrival here.
Yeah, so I'm getting a look at everything. You'll see that there's a lot of different clues. I can see the falling debris. But this right here is going to grab the most detail or most interest. So I'm going to start with this.
We call that red matter. Solid corruption. It's all around us, and thanks to the Legion. We see it.
Right.
The Legion can clean it up for you. Go on, try it out.
Okay. So what I'm going to do now is, like the captain said there, I'm going to actually tap the ZR button, have my Legion, hold it down, and then move it around to clean up this.
Nice.
What do we have here?
It's going to be a handprint.
Between the size and the red matter, I think we can say this isn't a human handprint.
I can say that as well.
Giant hands.
All right, so giant hands. And you're going to see here is what is we have that first police note. So something we want to keep in mind when we're actually trying to solve this mystery, this investigation rather.
I
So
really
now-
like this part of the game because it highlights legions are not used just for the battle element
Correct.
of the game. You do use them during investigations, the exploratory elements. So it's very balanced in how you use legions going forward.
And we were talking about red matter just now, and I was wondering if Taro-san would like to talk to us a little about the general detective gameplay elements, but also go into a little bit more detail about red matter.
今ちょうどそのレッドマターの話が出ましたけれども、
はい
レッドマターの由来とか アクションゲームにはめったにないこの推理のエレメそれについてお話しいただけますでしょうか。
そうですね。まずレッドマターに関しては最初にお伝えした通り、この地球が異世界によって汚染されているっていう表現を表すためにいろんな場所に散りばめられています。
So just as I said before, the world is under attack and being polluted by this mysterious force, and the red matter is located in different areas to show that the world is actually under attack.
でそれをレギオンを使って先ほどのように除去することができるんですけど、それがアクションゲームとしてはマリオのコインを集めるような遊びになっていたりします。
And actually you can use your Legion to steer it around and clean up the red matter that's scattered around, and that becomes kind of like using Mario to collect coins.
I think that's a good way to put it, though. For all of us who like to collect all the coins or all the red matter. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't move on until I've cleaned up absolutely every bit of red matter there is to clean up. But so what Demetrius is doing here is he sent out his Legion to kind of spy and listen in on this conversation. And that brings up an important point about Legion that I don't know that we've touched on just yet. Is the Legion, as a member of Neuron, you're special. You can see the Legion, and you can see the Chimeras, and the other regular folk that aren't part of this special task force cannot see that. So
Wow.
that when that Legion was spying on those guys, they didn't know it was there.
Correct. Okay, so and with that, we gathered 3 police notes, and now we're trying to put it all together. So, well, what can you tell me about the physical characteristics of the Chimera that caused this mess? Well, it has giant hands, obviously.
Seems to.
All right, so big handprint. All right, so why did the Chimera come here? Sam?
Probably to drag someone through the gate.
All right. Excellent choice.
We've been through this before.
We're no rookies.
Yeah.
All right. So we know essentially what the captain is breaking it down is we know that something serious is happening. This giant hand means that something's threatening this area, and it's going to be up to us to kind of look for this creature, this chimera. We don't know what it looks like. We don't know what it could be, but we're going to hunt down its tracks and kind of get through that. And so here's another use of our Legion and how we're going to do it. I got good listener. Oh, I'm just dropping S's all day. Yeah, perfect. All right, I'm like, where is this going? Okay, so right here, I'm going to bring out my Legion once again, and I'm going to find tracks, and I'm going to use it to essentially... There we go, yeah.
今見てもらってるみたいにレギオンを使えば敵のキメラが残した足跡のような痕跡っていうものを具現化して追いかけるようなことができるようになっています。
So just like you did right now, and like people saw, you can actually use your legions to pick up on the trails that are left behind by enemy chimeras and follow them.
それを追っていくことでターゲットの敵にたどり着くこともあればまた別のものにたどり着いたりとかそういったところもゲームの至るところに入ってたりします。
And there are all over the game. There are places where you follow these tracks and you may wind up at the enemy that left the tracks, or you may wind up at something completely different.
Right.
Oh, before that though, hold on. Let's just take a quick bathroom break. I gotta use the restroom.
Restroom.
It's too much water, right?
Is that right? It said it was an automated toilet.
これはステージに隠されているものでこういったものを見つけると後々いいことがあったりするような隠し要素が他にもトイレ以外にもたくさんあります。
So the toilet that you just saw is hidden in every stage. There's a different toilet, and if you they're a hidden element, and if you find them all, then something good will happen.
That's amazing.
事件解決のためにまっすぐ進むもいいんですけどあえて寄り道してもらったらいろんな発見があったりするのでそこも楽しんでもらいたいです。
And you can just plow straight ahead and go straight to solve whatever the case is that you're on, or you can explore. And the game is made with lots of places to explore in mind.
Yeah, if you explore these environments, there's lots of different things you can find, namely a red matter to clean up, which there's a percentage that appears on the screen when you clean up red matter. And I invite everyone to try and get 100%.
Oh, I know everybody's probably watching me like, you missed something.
Yeah.
Clean it up. All right, let me try to concentrate so I don't get beat down.
Yeah, we've got a giant gorilla looking
Bayonetta, man.
I gotta get in this. What I'm gonna try to do is actually move to the back so I can start getting some crits.
Yeah, you can see the damage numbers. All of the white
Crazy.
damage numbers are doing a normal amount of damage. But if you attack the enemy from behind, you'll get those critical attacks. And those are indicated by the yellow damage
no, you
numbers. Nice dodge.
今プレイヤーキャラクターは銃を撃ってるんですけれども、銃以外にも他に2種類の武器がありまして、合計3種類、あとレギオンは5種類あるので 3×5 の組み合わせでいろんな戦い方が楽しめるようになってます。
So what you can see right now is Demetrius, as his player, is using the gun mode of the X-Baton, and the X-Baton has 3 different modes. And as far as the number of legions is concerned, you have 5 different legions. So 5 times 3, you have that many different playstyles that you can combine with weapons and legions.
ここまだ序盤なんであんまり持ってないんですけども、どんどんゲームを進めていくとそういったところが増えて。
The game, so Demetrius doesn't have that much to choose from, but as you progress through the game, you get access to more things to use.
Oh wow! He's taking me down. All right, let me do this and then get some heals.
Good idea.
Nice. あと今警察官が敵になってしまってるんですけども、これがさっきお伝えしたレッドマターだったりキメラの影響によって人間が変異してしまってる状態です。
And you may have seen right now on the combat field that one of the police officers actually transformed into an enemy. And this is actually due to the influence of the Chimera or due to the influence of the red matter that's polluting the world.
Right.
主人公はレギオンとつながることによってその汚染への耐性が強くなっているのでキメラとも対等に戦えるようになっています。そのあたりがシナリオにも深く絡んできます。
What's wrong with the stream,
Because
man?
the player is connected with the Legion, their resistance to red matter is actually stronger, and also they're able to fight on equal levels with the Chimera, and this is actually going to play a bigger part in the story as it goes on.
That's right.
There we go.
Nice work. Oh, I love that, like, kung fu action film 3-cut that you get.
See, I jinxed it. I was getting S's, and then I get to the boss. I knew better than that.
Yeah, there is an option to replay any previous files you've completed, so
you can try and improve your rank.
Yeah, you can.
I got hit too many times there. Okay, so essentially what you're seeing here is that actually wasn't the Chimera that we were looking for. It wasn't just quite the one. We still know there's something out there with giant hands and that was coming through that gate.
Right.
So what we're gonna do here is just kind of keep investigating. And right in front of us, we're gonna see that there's a small little rift. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm going to use my Legion to actually take care of it. There we go. Let's get rid of that. And I'm just.
Are you out of medicine?
I am out of medicine. Right. It's okay. We can
his
get
health
this.
is low, so that's why the screen is a little
flashing.
bit.
Yeah, that's
affected.
why. I'm wounded.
But I really like this attention to detail. It actually reminds me of Nier Automata,
Yeah.
which had a similar effect when your health was low.
Okay, so now you can see 2 people being a little bit rowdy, so I'm just gonna subdue them.
Yeah, just because you're a member of the Neuron Special Task Force, that doesn't mean you get out of doing regular police work.
Correct. Let's see if I can find some medicine off of. There's a chest. I can get right here.
Oh, there are a couple of them. There you go.
There we go. Okay. Now let's continue on. You can see I
Kind of
still see this
RPG
path here.
elements.
The trail ends, but we're going to keep continuing on. I'm going to clean up as much as I can.
Thank you.
Sam won't forgive me, and I can't forgive myself here.
Right, and as Demetrius is cleaning up red matter, we can see the limiter gauge, which is that blue gauge that determines how long a Legion can stay on the field. That goes up, and he's also getting duty points, which is indicated by that logo on the top left.
Kind of looks like a flower to me.
Oh, he's shooting it.
All right. I don't think a gun's going to work there.
Yeah, so once again, even though this is a fellow police officer, she can't see the Legion. So she's a little surprised.
All right, so we're going to go around this corner here. and you see, oh, I get bowled over. People are scared.
But you were standing in the way.
I know. I was trying to set up the drama. All right, snatched. So we wanted to kind of end like right here. I think that's what we're gonna have for today.
Right.
But I'm sure that maybe Taro-san would have some notes to say at the end of this.
Yeah.
何か最後にお言葉とかありますでしょうか。
そうですね、ここからさらにどんどんいろんな展開が待ってまして、物語が動き出していくような、冒頭の部分なんですけれども、さらに楽しくなってきますので、ぜひこれからの情報をお待ちいただきたいなと思います。
So this is just the beginning of the game, and right here, from here, there's a lot of different twists and turns that are going to happen. So I hope that everybody is looking forward to seeing exactly what happens and waiting for more information on this game.
Okay. And again, I just want to iterate that that was also the tip of the iceberg of combat. You're going to see some crazy stuff coming up soon. All right, that's all for me, I think.
Yeah, as Demetrius mentioned, the battle system and the moves that you have access to, it does get deeper. We are going to show a little bit of more depth tomorrow on ThreeHouse Live, so after there's a little bit more Astral Chain to look forward to.
Some good stuff.
Yeah, really good stuff. We're really excited to show that off. As a reminder, Astral Chain is out August 30th this year. Next up, we have 2 new trailers, so stay tuned. And after that, Nintendo TreeHouse Live will return with some Daemon X Machina.
Oh yeah.
Wow, the game looks crazy. I can't wait.
Yes, it's about survival.
The hell? What is this? The sinking. Oh, the sinking city. Oh. Wow. Looks cool. Okay, so what was the next game you said you're talking about? Demon Cross Machina. Okay, I'm going to sit my ass back down on the bench, but the stream will keep going on. I will turn off my mic and my cam, so I'm still watching it.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Nintendo TreeHouse Live 2019. I am joined by Demetrius, Teresa, Mr. Tsukura from Marvelous, and we have Raymond interpreting for Mr. Tsukura. We're going to take a look at Daemon X Machina. Take it away.
I'm so excited already. Hi, everyone. So we're going to be looking at Daemon X Machina. This is another great game, as you said, from Marvelous and Tsukura-san. And what you're going to see today is we're going to actually go on 2 brand new missions. And we're also going to kind of show some changes that you will see from the prototype missions demo. Before we begin, would Mr. Scooter like to have any opening remarks?
まず最初に何かコメントいただけますでしょうか。
はい、デモ X マッチのプロデューサーのつくだです。今日は時間の許す限りいろいろと説明できればと思ってます。
Great. As you mentioned, I'm Scooter from Marvelous, and I'm really excited to share all the things that we're going to talk about today.
Right on. Okay, so we'll get right into it. All right, so what you see here today is a character that I personally created. You can see the baldness represented by me. And what we're going to do is I'm going to first go into the mission, the hangar, but what I want to do is kind of show where it all starts. So when you first start this game, you are a mercenary who's kind of taking on these missions to kind of defend the planet. What happened is part of the moon kind of fell from the sky, and it caused all different kinds of commotion, allowing you to kind of become a pilot, I guess you would say. And you pilot what these things are called arsenals. Arsenals are these big robotic suits you can get into. So when we released the prototype mission demo, this is kind of the first arsenal that you may have been able to put together. And what I'd like to do now is kind of go into my hangar here, and I'm going to change my loadout to the ones that I have personally created. So I'm going to go with what I called Soul. You're going to see that there's different stats here. The very first original loadout, you can tell that the stats are pretty low. This is like the starter arsenal. And then this next arsenal, you'll see that I've kind of loaded out and with all different kinds of weapons. You'll see that I have 2 weapons on my left and right pylon, and I have 2 guns in my front hand. They're kind of like assault rifles. And I really wanted to load up with some ammunition, so I have like an extended ammo clip on my back, and then I have a shoulder-mounted rocket launcher. So I'm going to go ahead and load this up. Load. Yes. All right, I'm going to back out. Now, just to kind of show you what that looks like, if I actually were to back out of this, speed, you can see that now my hangar actually reflects the actual arsenal that I have. And even since I named it, it actually even has the name of my arsenal. And I put my name as D, so those are wondering. Now, to get into that, let's kind of talk about the changes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the hangar here, and I'm going to go to our testing grounds. And while we load up, why don't we have Mrs. Kuda just start talking about the changes that we've had since then.
はい、まずここはいろんな装備とかをテストするエリアなんですけど、これからは、デモ版から何が変わったかとちょっと説明できればと思ってます。
So as you said, this is testing grounds where you can really test out all of the equipment and the parts you can equip, and I'll just go over some of the changes we made from the demo version.
Okay.
皆さんの要望でなんかすごくたくさんいただいたんですけど、ジャイロへの対応はしました。ただ、使いたい人使いたくない人いるので、オプションで全部切り替えができるようになってます。
And so, first of all, we got a lot of feedback that people wanted some motion controls, so we've added that. But I understand that some people may not want to use motion controls as well, so we added it as a customizable option within the menu.
はい、今開いてやってくれてますね。
And like you saw just in the menu right there.
あと敵がちょっと見づらいとかっていうのもあったので、敵の方にマーカーをつけることで見やすくしました。
And we also got feedback that the enemy units are a little bit hard to identify, so we added some markers so it's easily identifiable.
あとちょっと攻撃をちょっと食らってみないとなんですけど、攻撃が来てる方向も表示するようにしたので、ゲームは随分分かりやすくなったのかなって思います。
And also, when you're receiving damage, we added indicators to indicate which direction the attack is coming from.
あと小さいところもたくさんとにかくユーザーの皆さんからいただいたものは直そうと決めていたので、ちょっと時間をかけて直してきた感じです。
And there's also some smaller changes that we made based on the feedback, and we've tried to adjust almost all of them.
特に地上と空中を自由に遊べるゲームなので、なんかいろいろと見るところとか、多いゲームなんですけど、いろいろ見やすくしました。
And because this is a game where you can really traverse on ground and in the air, we just made it the experience a lot more easily viewable and easily enjoyable.
他のところはちょっとまた後で説明できればと思います。
And for some of the other changes, I will point them out as we play it along the game.
I'm noticing a yellow line on the mini map on the top right. Could Mr. Tsukura sort of elaborate on the out of bounds area that we can see
はい。
or encounter?
デモ版だとあそこのエリアは最初プロレスみたいな感じでこうバウンドしての遊びとかを入れる予定だったんですけど、思ったよりちょっと難しそうだったので、そこを超えてもタイム制限があって自由に行ける形にしました。
So in the demo version, we had it so the yellow boundary acted sort of like the ropes in a wrestling ring, and we would be able to bounce back and forth. But it actually turned out to be a lot harder to deal with. So we made it so that you can go across the yellow boundary and the countdown just starts, but you can move around freely within that area.
ただあんまりもっと行くと赤い場所があって逃げるなっていうことで設定的にはそれ以上行くとダメですよっていうところでそこに行くと動けなくなります。
And then once you go past that yellow area, there's a red area, and that's basically kind of out of bounds. So it's there to really warn the player that that's you can't go out in that area.
今出てますね。2人右に出てるキャラクターが出てると思うんですけど、あれは仲間のキャラクターで、一緒に行ってると仲良くなったりして協力プレイとかで一緒に行く NPC として使えるようになります。
And so you see the characters displayed on the right of the screen there. These are characters that you can go on missions with, and as you complete missions together, you get to know them and develop affinity towards them.
ただ敵でも出てくるのでちょっと複雑ですけど。
But they actually sometimes come appear as enemies, so it's kind of a complicated relationship.
They're kind of rivals in a way, it feels like. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start this first mission. And in this first mission, you're going to see me pretty much take down a lot of enemies. And there's going to be some opposing arsenals up here, just like Scooter-san was saying. So you'll see me do that. And on top of that, you'll see me actually, what we would say, loot them so that you get new stuff. Now, what I'm going to do first, and I apologize, I'm actually going to turn the gyro off because I can't play too well with it. I'm still getting adjusted to that. Let's go. Gameplay. It's too sensitive. All right, there. Okay. Now, for those who've never played this game at all before and haven't had the chance, so I'm piloting the arsenal in the middle. On the top of the screen, you're going to see I have a time limit. Right below is VP, or what is also known as health. I have stamina, which allows me to use my boost. And then femto energy will cover in the next mission. Just know it's used for some really cool tricks. Now, what you're seeing is I have 6 remaining targets, so any of the orange targets here are going to be my enemies. Which one was just taken out, so I'm going to go down here.
ここはとにかく敵がたくさんどんどん出てくるところなので、もうどんどんやっつけてもらえればと思います。
So this mission actually has a lot of enemies, so I think your goal is just to kind of take care of them one by one.
今戦闘機が来たと思うんですけど、あれもこう掴んで敵に投げ飛ばせるので、上手い人はできるんですけど、なかなか難しくて。
So as you just saw, there's some fighter jets coming in. You can actually grab those and throw them at your enemies. But it takes a little bit of getting used to, and but if you're good, I think you might be able to do it.
I think I just got called out. Where's one of those fighter pilots? I'm going to take out these guys first because they jam my radar. Ah, there he is. Come here. Ah! More reinforcements! Let's see if I can catch him.
So while D is
so close.
While D is working on taking out the opposition, Tsukura-san, can you tell us a little bit more about the goals in creating this game and what your vision was for Daemon X Machina?
このゲームを開発するにあたっての目標といったり、ビジョンというのは何だったんでしょうか。
このゲームでいうとやっぱりこのアーセナルっていうのを着てこうなんていうかね。アイアンマンとかウォーマシンじゃないんですけど、やっぱ自分がヒーローになった気持ちでどんどん戦えるっていうのがまず楽しいと思ってます。
So first thing, you know, it's I'm not saying it's like Iron Man or War Machine, but to be able to don this mechanical armor, the arsenal, and be able to fight, it's sort of like being a superhero.
で、あとはやっぱり地上と空中を本当に自由に行くゲームって少ないので、こう気持ちよくこう自分の空間を楽しむ空間でバトルするゲームとして楽しんでくれるといいなと思って作ってます。
And also, I feel like there aren't that many games where you can traverse freely on ground and in the air. So I wanted to create a game where you can really enjoy the freedom of traversing anywhere you want.
だいぶ
They're blowing up.
はい
Okay, I'm almost there. I got 6 more targets left. Just gotta keep looking around. Oh, there's an enemy arsenal. All right, let's get into a good old dogfight. Oh, I'm too good. But let's see what you got. Access. Oh, okay. New item. Looks like that was going to be a new missile launcher of some type.
今すぐ拾いましたけどちゃんと後で拾える時間もあるので好きな時間に拾ってくれればいいと思います
So I know Demetrius just went ahead and collected the parts from the fallen unit, but there's actually time after the mission to collect that, so you can do that at any time.
でも欲しくなるんですよねやっぱり
But I know that when it's there, you just need to grab it, right?
I can't help myself, so I apologize, but I have to.
Loot hungry.
Mission accomplishment recognized.
All right, so let me go ahead and get these 2 guys down here then. There's one. I'll take the guilty throne. Oh, there's another one. Here? Yes. Whoops. Did I do? Oh, is there more? Oh, there's one more.
これはですね他の傭兵がこの作戦の中に乱入してくることがあるのでその時は逆に倒すといい装備を持ってるのでまあ倒してもらえればと思います
So what you see here is during some missions, other mercenaries come crashing your party, and because of that, sometimes they have really great equipment. So it's a good idea to defeat them and take their equipment.
特に今は仲間もいるので倒しやすくなっているのでもうチャンスだと思います
And especially now that this mission you have fellow allies that are battling with you, so I think it's a great opportunity to take him down.
Oh, I was gonna use those.
あれはさっきの爆発で敵にダメージもいくのでうまく使えばすごく強いものとして使えます
Yeah, and as Dee mentioned that if you are time it well enough, you can use those explosions from objects in the environment to cause some big damage against your opponent.
僕は結構ある程度やったら仲間に任せてたりすることも
So I personally, sometimes when I'm playing, I just kind of do a little bit of battle and then just let my allies do the rest of the job.
Impudent.
Okay.
Got him. I'll just heal up a little bit just to help. Gotta take good care of myself. I really don't need to do this, but I just want to make sure I'm going to get my health back a little bit.
You're returning to base.
I know. I just want to take good care. It's like having a car, right?
A little self-care.
A little self-care. Okay. So, mission complete. You'll see that we have a mission complete screen. You'll see that my total income, I got 27,000 credit. I have a little bit of expenses there, so I made a total of 17,000, which I can use to purchase new parts in the shop. And you saw that I also got a bonus objective, so I earned a little bit more. And this is a list of all the loot. So I looted a lot of good stuff. I also got some additional tags. And I also got, the tag that I can use to kind of like name myself. And I got a little piece of paint so I can use that as well. So there's a lot of customization in this game. One thing I actually didn't get a chance to touch on was the customization of your arsenal. So I'll do that next real quick. We got a little bit of time. So I just want to make sure everyone understands. This game has an incredible amount of customization. So what I'm going to do is go back into the hangar. And if I go to the paint options here, you'll see that you can actually have different patterns. There's a lot to unlock. And then you can actually color your arsenal in many different ways. You can do it by full body, or you can actually do it by different parts. I personally love doing stuff like this. It takes me a while to do it. I did this a little bit right now for you guys, but I could spend hours on crafting like all kinds of fun stuff. And then you can actually get decals too that you can put on different body parts as well. So lots of cool ways to bring your personality to life into this game. All right, so let's go ahead and go back into what is the final mission. And this one's a toughie. What I'm going to do actually is go to hangar. Because I actually think I'm going to change my loadout to Soul Mark II. Forgot to do that. It's going to be this one.
So you're talking about customization, but on top of customizing your arsenal, you're also able to customize your actual character. So
yes.
You've actually done some bionic enhancements to your your character.
Yes, it's something that we're going to show a little bit later. One thing I want to do real quick is change something. I actually goofed and I saved the wrong part, so that's on me. But that's no problem. I can just go into weapons here, and I'm going to change one of my... I'm going to change the right pylon, and I'm going to go to... where is it? Oh, gosh. I'm looking for a particular... Ah, there it is. There. I'm just going to switch that. I really needed this, or it would have been really hard. I think Mr. Sakuda would have been like, I told you, you should have used that weapon.
Because he knows what's coming up.
All right, so I'm going to use that flamethrower to take down this boss because it's a really tough boss, and I really needed that. So, all right, I'm going to go into offer missions. So one thing real quick, free missions are missions you can play over and over again. Offer missions are where the story comes into play. And so what we're going to do now is take down what's called a Colossal Immortal, a boss. And this guy is no joke, so definitely need everyone to help me out as I just concentrate and not get blown up. But it's super fun. It's super fun. All right, so we'll go ahead and just pass this part. We'll see it's an unknown enemy, so I'm just going to dive right into this.
Right, and to just to put what immortals are in context,
Yes.
this is a hostile AI that's sort of corrupting arsenals.
That has
and
been
humans.
corrupted.
So this is the force that has been corrupted. So this is the force that your main character is trying to battle against.
Yes, one of the things, and I'm sure Mr. Sakuda can elaborate on that too if you'd like to kind of dive a little bit more on what a Colossal Immortal is.
巨大イモータルに関してちょっとご説明いただき
はい、この敵は地面に潜ったりこう地面に突進してくるんですけど、こうなんていうんですかね、岩石とか砕く機械がこう AI として敵になっています。
So this particular colossal immortal is buries in the ground, and it's basically was a machine that destroys rocks and breaks down rocks, and so it's going to be a challenge for you.
でもともとはそのなんていうんですかね、こうモグラとかがいるんですけど、モグラってこう見たことある人はあると思うんですけど、地面の上でもめちゃくちゃ速くて、もうそういう感じでこいつ地面に上に出てきた方が怖いみたいな。
So I don't know if you've ever encountered a real life mole. If you haven't, they're actually surprisingly very fast on the ground. So actually, when this immortal comes out, he actually travels faster. He seems like he travels faster on the ground, above ground, than he does underground.
あと今こうヘムトアーマーって言われてるものをこう使ってくれてるんですけど、今こう羽になったりとかしてたと思うんですけど、この肩のところのやつが変形して、こうアサルトモードっていうのとウィングとシールドモードって3つを使うことで自分の好きなスタイルで戦えます。
And so what you're seeing here is actually Demetrius is using femto armor, and femto you can use it to get advantages in battle. So you can do it assault mode, shield mode, or wing mode, and it gives you different advantages like increasing attack, increasing mobility, or increasing defense.
さっきミラージュっていう分身モード使ってたんですけど、あれをやると自分と同じものがもう1体できるので、2倍の攻撃力を持って戦うことができます。
And what you saw earlier was you can use this skill called Mirage, and you actually create kind of a duplicate of your unit so that you can do twice as much damage.
Ooh, that almost landed on me.
あと気をつけないと今ジョニー G っていうキャラクターいるんですけど、あのキャラクターはこの戦いにおいてはちょっとVP が減ると逃げちゃうので。
So one other thing that you should be aware of was one of your allies, Johnny G. He's going to help you out, but when his VP gets a little low, he's going to duck out. So you better be careful.
Very true. So I'm trying to bring as much firepower as possible to this battle.
さっきのミラージュ含めてアサルトモードですね。アサルトモードの時は逆に防御力が下がるので、よく考えて使うっていうのが必要になってきます。
And like I mentioned earlier, you can go into assault mode, which will increase your attack, but at the same time, it will decrease your attack. So you're going to have to put a little bit of strategy in deciding when and where to use that skill.
ウィングモードだと速度が速くなって、シールドモードっていうのが全体のバリアが入るような状態です。
And so wing mode basically gives you more mobility, and shield mode gives you a barrier and increases your defense.
Right, so it sounds like you kind of have to adapt to the current situation when you use femto to bolster any three of those attributes. And the femtometer is shown on the top right over there. It looks like Demetrius is right now maxed out at 400, but as he as he enters assault mode, ring mode, and all those other different modes that consumes femto.
Yes, it pretty much all these different types consume a lot of femto. So you'll see me balance it out. And in this particular mission, you'll see I get it back pretty fast. And it's just based on this mission alone. Oh, gotcha.
今こうデメトリウスは火炎放射器ですごく温めてると思うんですけど、あいつ熱くなるとそのスタミナ不足になって潜らなくなるので攻撃しやすくなります。
So as you've been seeing, Demetrius has been using his flamethrower to kind of warm the enemy up, and once he overheats, he loses stamina and stops burrowing into the ground.
なので協力プレイの時なんかこうみんなでこう役割を決めてやるとすごく戦いやすい。
And so when you're playing the game in co-op, it's really helpful to designate some people for certain roles, like using a flamethrower. It makes the battle a lot more easier to handle.
Okay, where is he?
でも上手ですよね。この敵結構慎重に戦わないとこう戦っててこうだんだんこう怒って強くなったりするので自分のスタイルと敵のスタイルを見ながら装備なんかを変えていく必要があります。
So Dimitri is actually doing a really good job. This boss, actually, as you're progressing through the battle, he gets stronger and stronger. So really, it's about realizing what your fighting style is and what the fighting style of the boss is, and then based on that, strategically changing your loadout.
There we go. Hitting these weak points does a lot of damage, so I'm trying to get... Okay, now he's getting really tough. This is where he starts firing lasers at me, and I gotta make sure not to get hit by that. So I have not much health left. Actually, oh, my enemy, or not my enemy, my teammate. I'm short of femto. You can help yourself right now. I almost got him. Oof. Woof. No, don't face me in that direction. No.
今時間もあるのでこう回復せずに戦ってくれてると思うんですけど、普通に回復とかも置いてありますので、こう慎重にやれば倒せる敵だと思います。
So because we have limited time, I know Demetrius isn't going for the health and just trying to beat him, but when you're playing normally, you can go out and recover your health. And I think you can beat it. Very nice job.
Great.
Yeah, I could have recovered my health and got into the field like Mr. Scooter was saying, but I was making sure I get it on time, and woo! It's like a fade shot at the buzzer. Stay down!
But now you get to reap the rewards for eliminating him.
Oh, poor Sif.
Yeah, probably reboot him. Get him back on his feet.
Did Johnny already took out?
Johnny's gone. I don't see Johnny. Oh, no, wait, Johnny's over here somewhere. Yeah, thanks a lot, Johnny G. Hiding behind a rock. Okay. So that's pretty much what we have today. We do have one more thing. We do have some, I believe, concept artwork to show. I believe we can switch to that. There we go. And Mr. Skuda can talk about that.
小崎さんにこう書いていただいたこうキービジュアルなんですけど、この世界の重要なこうキャラクターたちをこう描いていただいています。
So this is artwork provided by Mr. Kozaki. It's kind of encapsulates the main characters of the world that this game takes place in.
バトルの中でやっぱりこういろんなキャラクターたちがいろんな過去とか思いとか人生を背負っていて、その人たちがこう絡み合って、主人公と一緒に、世界の謎を解いていくようなお話になっています。
And story-wise, it's really about in battle, all these people have different experiences, different backgrounds, different thoughts and determination towards life. And all of these characters' lives intertwine along with the main character. And together they start to unravel the mysteries of the world. And that's the kind of game this is.
すごいこうかっこいい絵を描いていただいたので、僕らとかスタッフみんな喜んでまして。
And so myself included, the staff of the development team was really, really excited to have Mr. Kozaki provide such wonderful artwork for us.
Right on. And the one thing, too, we want to iterate is we also revealed the release date as of this morning, if I believe correctly. Would Mr. Could like to elaborate on that, too?
今朝発売日も公開されたので、それに関して。
そうですね。ここまで ちょっと、体験版からお時間いただいたんですけど、皆さんの要望を直してまして、で、それも含めて、発売日がようやく発表できたかなと思います。皆さんこれまで応援ありがとうございます。
So I know it's been a little bit of time between the demo version but we've been hard at work trying to address all the issues, and really we've put a lot of work into it. So I really hope that you'll look forward to and enjoy this game.
Okay. And that's all we have. Roxy, take us out.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for tuning in. We took a look at some of the improvements since the prototype demo, some gameplay, some bosses. Release date, September
13.
13th, 2019.
Yes.
Thank you for watching. Tomorrow we'll be back with more Nintendo TreeHouse Live. We'll be starting off with Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Stay tuned. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.